What's going on, guys? Here from Student Football Athlete. What to do when you are not improving is a question that will plague every player when hitting a plateau, which means we are not progressing as fast as we want. Most players, myself included, will look for answers in questions like, what should I do next? What drill should I do more? What food should I eat? What action can I add to my routine to help me overcome this situation? From my experience, asking this question definitely helps, but it is far from the most effective way. The results that I do get from adding more drills, adding more things to do to my routine, to my already busy routine, leads to changes, leads to progress that isn't natural to me. Those changes, those improvements, so to speak, often fade out in 1 to 2 weeks, and it feels very forceful, it feels very time and energy consuming. But as I get older and as I get more knowledgeable about training, as I do more researches on training, I found a way that will make progress feel natural and help me progress every single day. And that way isn't as complex as the more common way that I've just mentioned. It is actually very simple, and you can follow it and you can take action right away after this video. Are you interested in knowing what it is? If you answered yes, you're in for a treat. I would love to share it with you. But before I do, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It helps the channel out a lot, and it lets me know that you are enjoying this type of content, that you want to improve, and it motivates me a lot. So let's get right into the video. So what I want you to do this time when you hit a plateau is not looking for ways, is not looking for things to do to add to your routine. I want you to take a long hard look at yourself, take a long hard look at your routine, and identify what actions, what habits are not serving you, are not serving your goals. What do I mean by this? We all take actions that are moving us away from our goals, that are draining our energy, that are draining our time, and that is not serving us, that is not serving our purpose. And in this case, it is becoming a better football athlete. And an action that is repeated frequently becomes a habit, and those habits, those bad habits, will act as weight on our journey to our goal. And imagine climbing up a ladder, or imagine climbing up a 10-story building with a heavy bottle of water of 5 liters, let's say. Do you think you're gonna have an easy time climbing 10 floors with 5 kilograms on your shoulders? I wouldn't think so. Compare that if you just walk 10 floors. Yeah, sure, it is hard, but it is nowhere near as hard, and it is nowhere near as energy draining as the previous scenario, right? The same is true in this scenario. The more bad habit you have, the harder it is for you to walk on this journey of growth, to walk on this journey of achieving your goal. So the first thing and the only thing that I would recommend you is to try to drop those habits that are not serving you, that are moving you away from your goal. Because here's the thing, we all have 24 hours in a day, and what we do in those 24 hours matters, and it determines if we achieve our goal or not. It determines if we progress as a player and as a person or not. You don't get any hours more than Cristiano Ronaldo, you don't have any hours more than Lionel Messi, and they don't have any hours more than you. And it is not down to their gifted talent that get them there. They have to work very hard, they have to make sacrifices, they have to do the right things instead of the wrong things. And here's the thing about the bad habits: not only they drain energy out of you, not only they move you away from your goal, they also take up much of your time, sucking the time that you could be and you should be doing the right things, and they are preventing you from doing them. For example, if you are studying all day and at night you are not training, instead you are playing video games excessively for like 3 or 4 hours, you cannot have enough energy and enough time to fit in a quality training. The same is true if you are watching Netflix, if you're watching TV. That is a time that you can watch real footage, real match footage, that you can analyze players, that you can learn from the best, that you can go up online and look for educational videos instead of mindlessly binge watching Netflix and chill all night, right? And I'm not saying these activities like playing video games, like watching movies, watching Netflix, is bad. No, it's not bad. It is very beneficial that you have recreational activities that will act as a charger for you, that will help you feel more energized, get you ready to tackle your problems and get you closer to your goals. No, they are very crucial if they are done moderately. The keyword is moderately, okay? Not excessively. The thing about these actions, the things about the action that are bad for us, bad in the sense of they are moving us away from our goal, is that they are very addictive and they are very easy to do, and they give us an instant gratification. And this is something that our brain craves, and this is something that, although it feels very good in the moment, in the long run it won't give us the things that we truly want, which is in our case is progression in football, and maybe even going pro or something like that. So you can imagine, by at least cutting down these actions, you will find more time, you will have more energy to focus on the more important task that you should be doing. So I will use myself as an example for you. Just about a month ago, I played video games excessively, and when I get caught up in doing something like video games, I do them non-stop. I wake up, I open my eyes, I brush my teeth, and the first thing I do is go to the computer screen and I start playing from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. essentially. I didn't play it continuously. I took breaks, but all I was thinking about is playing that video game, and it drains my time. I didn't have time to focus on my training. I didn't have time to focus on eating right, and moreover, it drained my energy, it drained my moods. So if I lost the game, I felt very bad, I felt very angry, I felt very anxious, and it just affected my mood in the day, and it also drained my energy because playing video games, it pretty energy demanding if you are playing seriously like me. Those are the energy that you can use to train, to go to the gym, to go to the pitch, and to focus that energy. Those are the energy that is lost on the video game that I am not even that passionate about. So if I had played very casually, if I had played for fun, for like without consequences, I would argue that I would be fine, but I weren't able to do so. I got too caught up in that video game, and all my time, all my energy, all my thought focuses on that video game, and that prevents me from thinking about how I can improve. That prevented me from actually going out and train and get and improving, and that prevented me from finding the time to fit in my training routine. When one aspect of your training, when one aspect of your progression start to crumble, everything will start to crumble as well. So my nutrition start to fall off track a bit because I wasn't training enough. So I didn't find it necessary to eat right because I wasn't training right. I start to stay up later because I was playing video games. But luckily for me, I felt that I hit a plateau. And when you hit a plateau, it doesn't mean that you are doing something wrong. It just means that you are distributing your energy into something else. If you devote 100% of your energy and your time into a task, you will see progression, no matter how big or small it is, but you will see that you are still progressing every single day, no question asked. And if you're hitting a plateau, that means that your energy and your time is being used in other areas. And it is your job to look into yourself, to look into your life, to look into your daily routine, to see if you are distributing those energy, those time to the things that you care about, or are you distributing those to the things to like going out, partying, to playing video games, to watching Netflix all day. And another thing is this: the actions that are bad for you, that move you away from the goal, they often act as a counterweight. They often counteract the hard work that you do have most of the time. Sometimes they will actually hinder the hard work that you do. For example, back on my secondary days, back on my high school days, even though I trained pretty hard and even though I trained pretty seriously, my diet didn't enhance that training. My diet didn't complement those training hours in the gym. So I could go to the gym and I could pump some iron. I could go to the pitch and I could train as hard as I can. But I wasn't seeing the result that I want, simply because I didn't eat right, simply because I ate too much sweet too frequently, and I didn't have enough nutrient that will nurture my body. I didn't build enough muscles to help me to become a better athlete, and I didn't have the right kind of energy that will help me train and that will help me play in a real match. And my blood sugar level is always spiking and then crashing, and it affected my mood. Even though I am training very hard, even though I'm training very seriously, I couldn't find any meaningful progress. I wasn't progressing as fast as I know I could, and I wasn't progressing as fast as I wanted. So as soon as I cleaned up my diet, as soon as I decided to cut the habit of eating sweet, I started to see results on the field immediately, and I have more energy. I have the right kind of energy to help me to train my willpower, because it isn't drained on resisting the temptation of eating sweets. I have plenty of willpower to go to the gym, to go to the pitch, to go and train. And because I have more energy from my nutritional plan, because I have more energy from my diet, I can train harder and I can see more progress. And I became much more happy overall about my football ability. I'm much more content about my football level, and thus I'm much more content about my life overall. So that is something that I want you to try, is to look for the actions that are not serving you, and if you need to, cut them out completely. If you feel like you cannot control your temptation, if you feel like once you do them you cannot do them in moderation, cut them out completely. Don't become addicted to instant gratification. It is not worth it. If your goal is to try to achieve something great, something meaningful in life or in football, those bad habits will satisfy you in this moment. But as I've said in one of my videos before, your emotion, your temptation, your urge, it comes and goes like a wave, and if it can come, it will go. Don't give in to your temptation. Don't give in to instant gratification. Learn to love delayed gratification. That is the thing that will help you achieve your goal. That is the thing that will determine if you succeed or not. And I'm only talking about the kind of action, the kind of habit, the kind of things that are moving you away from your goal, that isn't obligated to you, that isn't mandatory, like playing video games, like watching YouTube all day, like eating sweets, eating bad stuff, eating cheeseburgers. I'm not talking about the things like going to work or going to school or going to see your grandparents or anything like that, because even though they are not serving the purpose of you being the best player you can be, they are serving the purpose of you being a decent human being, you being a well-educated, well-rounded human being. Those things are still very important for you. I encourage you to be the best human being, the best person that you can be, and that best version of you is also the best version of football athlete that you can be. Don't take this video as an excuse to drop out of school. Okay, I'm not responsible for that. This is very simple, but it is very effective and it's very important. And I want to stress this again. Drop the habits that are not serving you, that are moving you away from the goal. And if you are not doing anything that moving you away from your goal, naturally you will look for the action that drawn you to your goal, and naturally you will progress. No question asked. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. That is all from me. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Double check if you have leave a like. Comment down below what you want me to cover next, and I will try my best to do so. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me that will help you become the best football athlete you can be. Share this with one of your friends who you think might be benefited from this, and I will talk to you in the next video. See you soon.